It's time. All of my time training has led to this. It's time for me to share my knowledge, so maybe someone can learn. Welcome! This is my ultimate guide to RocketBot that contains all the knowledge I have acquired / can remember at the moment. Let's begin. I'll start with all the strategies relating to your regular 3 missiles, or 4 if you're a level 50 nerd. First up, movement. Starting with the basics, we have air movement. Here, you have to make sure you're being quick but efficient. For this, you sort of have to acquire a sense on how you want to time your firing, but you can see my general movements in the background to get an idea of how it should look. As a general tip, while moving, it can be worth sacrificing a little bit of precision with your movement to instead fire missiles near your opponent. This kills 2 birds with 1 stone. You get where you need to, and you increase your chances of getting random hits on your opponents, or you force them to have to waste time dodging. Speaking of dodging, how do you do that? First of all, dodge to the side, not up if you can. Dodging up just leaves you stranded in the air, and the air is the worst place to be in RocketBot. Though if there is ground above you, you can dodge there because high ground is important. Secondly, I have to admit that dodging is very situational, and that you'll usually have to use your best judgment. But some generally good things are getting behind cover, above your opponent, or off screen, all while using the least amount of missiles possible. Dodging is tough, but remember, you don't need to dodge if you're not in danger in the first place. The final tip for movement, air stalling. Often at the end of a match, you are left with one other person on a separate platform, and it becomes a test of who's a better air staller to determine the winner. Here's the strategy that I use, which has never lost, unless they had a jetpack. Yet again, it's all about timing and feeling, but if you follow the timing shown, you should be fine. This strategy allows your missiles time to recharge, and you end up getting more missiles than your opponent, securing the win. Sadly, not all opponents go down easy, so here's how to deal with the opponents that'll rush you midair. Sorry, you'll lose. Womp womp. Use 1 missile to dodge to the side and pray. Luckily, the opponent usually uses all of their missiles to get to you, so just dodge the initial attack and you'll usually be fine. If you're at 1 HP, you're cooked. But if you have health to spare, get above the homing missile and it'll give you free height and a free win. That's all for movement, now on to shooting. This is the part of the video where it's easier said than done, but this should give you a good idea on what you should be doing. First of all, you gotta have good aim. I know it's easier said than done, but here are some quick things that could help. First of all, don't fire all 3 of your missiles at the same spot. Quick aside, don't fire all your missiles at all unless you know you're safe. Just fire 2 at a time. But anyways, if you fire all 3 of your missiles in the same spot, if one hits, the enemy will be sent flying away from the other ones, in addition to the area your shots are covering being small. Instead, shoot a small spread like this. It covers a wide area, and if you get lucky, it'll hit the enemy multiple times. The exception to this is if the enemy is in a hole or a tube. In that case, shoot all 3 missiles dead center, because the enemy has nowhere to be launched to, and therefore will take all 3 hits. Now for some general tips. Arc shots are very powerful if you learn how to do them. There's no way for me to tell you how to do them, just practice, and you can shoot enemies above you and from the other side of circles. Most enemies don't see it coming. Trust the red arrow. If you're at the top of a straight ledge and you see it disappear, just fire 3 missiles straight down, and most of the time it's an off-screen hit. Don't shoot off-screen if you aren't safe though. A final tip, if you know an enemy is trying to get an item or crate, aim at said item or crate and wait for him to go for it. More free hits. Now I'm gonna split this guide into 3 parts because I don't think I have it in me to edit a 30-minute long video, so stay tuned for parts 2 and 3 coming soon. Or now if you're watching this late. Okay, bye.